So, with potentially good news comes potentially bad news. I was driving today, minding my own business, perfectly fine, normal day, driving from work, and all of a sudden I get the malfunction light of death on the dash, and then when I drive, stop, car too low, and I was driving, I heard a loud pop, and didn't know what was happening, but I had an idea. So, I don't know if you guys can tell, but my car is leaning hard to the right. The right front strut, shock absorber, whatever it is has blown. I heard the pop, even through the isolation, the cocoon that this car creates. Yeah, so now I stopped by the Mercedes dealer. I haven't priced out the Strut that I'm gonna buy yet, but I stopped by Mercedes to get a battery for the SL6, and just out of curiosity decided to ask them how much a Strut goes for from Mercedes. Pretty sure they don't manufacture their own Strut, so they just slap a sticker on it for Bilstein or whatever the hell they use, AMK, if that's even a brand. So $1,300. $1,300 for one air shock. So we're gonna try to do better than that. I didn't even ask him about the labor because, you know, I was floored to begin with. I understand why people try to avoid Mercedes because, you know, you take it to a dealership and they tell you some astronomical figure every single time. And if they don't have an astronomical amount of work to charge you for, I'm sure they start with the alphabet with the service A, B, C, D, whatever they got to, you know, make sure you don't leave over there with any money in your pocket. But anyway, I digress. So, gloomy day, like how I feel, you know. I'm driving to the SL with this broke car. I don't know if you guys can seriously see how much it's leaning to the right. It's really leaning. It's bad. For me to drive, I have to hold the wheel about at that angle, and I do not need an alignment. So it's definitely pulling to the right, stop low, and it disappears when I stop. So it goes back to whatever screen you were in. But once you start driving, gives you that red light that everyone hates so much. At least I know I do. When your car says stop, do not drive anymore, like yeah, that's when you start to worry. But it is what it is. You want a luxury car, you know. The video, I still got a video coming on the review of this thing and how much I paid for it and all that good stuff. Unfortunately, I have not been able to get that done as of yet, and I apologize for that because I really want to do that. I love this car and I want everyone to know, but just with work and all this other stuff going on, just not possible. But I'm gonna get around to it, tell you how much I paid for everything. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but let me tell you, people who buy these brand new cars or slightly used cars, I mean, I have a friend who just says that he'll only get a car that's only like 3 to 5 years old. I mean, because he likes to look like he's got the nicest car on the road, even though he gets these entry-level cars. Even he got a Mercedes CLA, which to the average person, it's a nice car. It's 2014. People see the Mercedes logo and they instantly think, wow, that dude is a billionaire. Like a billionaire, you know, you instantly skip from millionaire, go straight to billionaire. Like, how are these people able to afford these cars? And I'll tell you, I don't know how they're able to afford these cars. I don't know why they would want to. I mean, your monthly payment is like, I don't know, $400 just to at the entry level of any of these cars, and you get literally nothing. his 2014 CLA doesn't have one thing that's better, I would say, than this S-Class from '08, which I paid almost half of what he paid. He has that new navigation system, but he doesn't have the nice one with the double screens from the new S-Class. He's got that cheap-looking fake iPad thing in the center, which I like mine better, to be honest with you. To each their own, you know. Whoever, you know, you like this, you like this, you like that, you like that. It's up to you. You like it, you like it. But see, for me, personally, I like to be comfortable and swallowed up in absolute luxury any chance I get, all the time, if I can get away with it. So, for me, it's better to have a super nice car without the flashy exterior. Like, yes, I have an '08, and I don't know who can tell that it's super old, who can't tell it's super old. To me, it's not super old, by the way. 2008 for me is like a new car, because I don't mess around with new cars. What's the point? This car would have cost me $103,000 to drive otherwise, and that's not today's money. That's 2008 money. So why pay all that money? First of all, to get a new one. I mean, I love the new ones, don't get me wrong, but you can pretty much get the same experience with the 2014 S-Class, which are down to like low 30s from their six-figure that they used to be 5 years ago. 5 years. In 5 years, they went from six figures down to 30 and change. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's been a long day. A lot of, well, one problem, but it's causing a lot of stress. It's causing a lot of stress. I don't know why. I'm just gonna buy the thing. I'm gonna have a video for you guys as I attempt to replace this thing myself, as usual, with absolutely no prior knowledge of how to do it. And hopefully that'll be entertaining for you while still fixing my car. Because if I'm gonna screw something up, I definitely do not want to buy a second Strut. And that is my rant. So, yeah. Thanks for joining, and I will see you when I attempt to repair this thing, or hopefully sooner with some SL600 videos. I know I'm excited about that. I don't know how you guys feel about V12 Mercedes, but Mercedes? Is that a thing? I don't know how you guys feel about V12 Mercedes, but I know it's my dream unicorn, out of reach sort of thing that is supposedly out there, but to me doesn't exist. Well, now it doesn't only exist for me, I own one. It's one of the roughest examples in the country, at least as far as I know. But it's also the cheapest one on the entire planet. So, yeah, we're going to try to sort that out. And I hope you guys will join me. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all of that good stuff to support the channel, because without you, we're nothing. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace. So, I don't know if you can tell here how crooked it is. Not really, right? Let me show you. First of all, this end is super up high. I don't know if you can tell that because the front right is low. This one gets up high. This one seems abnormally high as well. Because, boom, Stance Nation yet again. Well, but we made it. Just so you guys know, if you drive super carefully or on smooth roads, this is fine. Car says stop. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't know if it's fine. Look how much I can't get my finger through here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't even get my finger through there. But let me tell you, Nothing is scratched. This is what it means to have a Mercedes engineered high-end Mercedes vehicle. I don't know what the cheaper ones do, but this thing, I just drove, I don't know, 20 miles. I drove this thing for like 40, 50 miles from the city to the burbs, and then again I drove it like this pretty much the entire way. Made it no problems. Nothing even scratched. I don't understand how this is possible. I mean, this thing is slammed. I don't know how this is possible, but it made it. So as long as you guys know, I went like 50 miles an hour on one of the roads. It went perfectly fine. It was even almost smooth, which is weird because there's no shock right here, the thing that's holding up the entire front end, the big engine and everything. I don't know. Anyway, you can totally drive like this as long as you guys are super careful and get it to where it needs to be, where you're gonna be repairing it. This is where I will be repairing it. Right over there in that garage. There's the SL6, my baby, my new baby, my other baby. There's another baby in the garage. Well, too many kids. All right,